Hi guys, Andre here, and today I'm here with one and only Vicky.
Hey guys.
We decided to make this spontaneous kind of video and talk about a lot of gay stuff and gay things because we do share a lot of similar background actually. We both come from Latvia.
We speak Russian.
Yeah. So how do we know each other?
Yeah, how do we know? I think we met in June this year during Riga Pride on Openly Queer Mic.
Yeah, really cool that so many people are not afraid to speak out loudly about the stuff that some people are still scared to talk about.
It was your third time on Openly Queer Mic?
Yeah.
I just remembered we didn't know each other personally, but I did duet with your TikTok last year, I think.
Yeah, that was cool. She does a lot of cool TikTok videos actually, guys. So I'm gonna link all of the stuff. Oh yeah, well, this whole thing.
Basically, we do different stuff, but we do it about like connected topics, and I think it's good that we raise awareness about some problems or issues here in Latvia, because queer community here is quite small, and I think it's easy when you start doing something to get to know other activists and make friends actually. So yeah, the more active you are, the more it's easier to get into and learn more.
Yeah, and we should definitely support each other and just share our experience, because we all share the same struggles and the same things. So
at some point I think even this video is a part of activism, of being present, sharing stories, sharing experiences, and empowering others. So.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I like what you said. It's really cool. I know that you have been living in Spain.
Yes, for 6 months. This year I moved in March, and till August I was living near Barcelona.
Is dating life better outside of Latvia?
Well, it's quite diverse comparing to Latvia, I would say. Even if you go to dating apps, like if you use Tinder, basically here you have different categories, like people who are still in the closet, people who are out but may ghost you or are emotionally unavailable, but also a lot of couples who are looking for a third. So basically in Spain, couples looking for a third, there were like 3 times more of them.
Oh wow.
There are a lot of polyamorous couples, and I think people abroad are quite open-minded because they practice this kind of open relationship, polyamory. Is it a word?
I think so, yeah. Something which is not I can't even say.
Monogamy, I think.
Yeah, something which is not mono.
I had really different experiences. For instance, I went to the nudist beach for the first time in my life in Spain, and it was full like queer beach, because people there more open-minded. You just feel more open and confident with your own body because you're connected with nature and body and stuff. So yeah, I would say that people abroad are more, I don't know, they're also more touchy and they prefer physical touch and everything around body. I think here in more Northern Europe we are quite conscious, like not so confident about our own self. We do not prefer physical touch. We don't have small talks. In Spain, for example, you have small talks everywhere. So even dates could be longer or something like that. Different thing is that in Latvia it's easier to connect on a deeper level, to go, you don't have this toxic positivity that's
it's not like people here are real. Like if they don't like you, they just say, you know what, fuck off, and they just block you, and they're like, we keep things real here. We're all busy with something. I don't know, probably figuring out how to stay in touch with our body better. That's what we're busy with.
So basically people are not straightforward, and I miss that, because in Latvia if a person likes you or dislikes or is bored, you know it. In Spain it's different. Also, you can't match a lot with Spanish queers, because they all put bio in Spanish, and if you don't speak Spanish, they don't match with you usually, and you match basically with foreigners. And basically all people I met is just from projects, and sometimes Tinder helps. Also there people are more straightforward in the way that they want to go and meet you immediately. Here it will take like days of texting until you figure out
like, okay, I'm ready to finally go leave my house and
How about your opinion, experience, something similar or different in Malta?
I've Been in Spain a couple of times actually, and you know what? I didn't have any good dating experience in that. Usually, it's easy to find dates and hookups for me, I don't know, abroad or here, but there it was challenging. First of all, because I don't speak Spanish, and secondly, somehow it felt like I was almost treated differently because I'm not local, and somehow I felt it. They were like, "Oh, so you're visiting," and like so I felt something. But I do hear what you say about people being like more open and they are not afraid to express themselves. You can see it on streets. And as I lived abroad, I lived in Malta for almost 2 years. People there are like not afraid to just go out and be themselves with very unusual hairstyles, with very unusual clothes they're wearing. All of the events that are happening in there, like in general, it seemed like the atmosphere is much more positive. Also, I attended my first ever Pride, which was in Malta, and there it was a true celebration because people that participate and people that were watching this, they created an atmosphere of some kind of like carnival or like festival, and people were just expressing themselves. They were all just being happy, listening to music and like dancing and just smiling and laughing, and it was like all about celebration. And this is like amazing. And here is more about like surviving almost, like like, hey guys, we want to be treated the same way. And then you have these guys like protesting for this like dabiska or whatever they're saying. Like,
I think they didn't have experience with Soviet occupation and being somehow treated like you don't have freedom and stuff. So we were surviving and fighting for freedom, so it's in our blood and historically. So basically always have to fight for rights. And in Spain, same-sex marriages have been legal from 2005, so for 17 years now. And while being there, I had this feeling that it's like seeing the future, that's possible. But it would take us decades. We will be so old when it will be legal. Just imagine how many old people will marry each other after it will become legal. We will have like marriages every weekend,
What about gay bars, gay clubs, and just places where people can hang out?
In Barcelona, there are a lot. I think they all have different kind of specialization, like some are queer karaoke bars, some are clubs, some are drag show, like event places. So they have different purpose. Also, I went to LGBT plus center in Barcelona, like organizations and stuff. So basically in Barcelona, queer life is really diverse. You can find anything that you personally like. For example, on the weekends there are clubs, bars where you can watch together drag race España.
Oh my god, together. I would love that.
They have queer bingo, queer flamenco, karaoke nights, artist workshops, everything. I went once on a Drag Race España, like shooting of the show. And
shooting?
Yeah. To be in the crowd, it's basically for free. Just sign up a paper that you like give the right to film you.
Yeah.
They're all seniors, like all the babushkas. 70% they're old people, and I'm like, what am I doing here?
Do they enjoy this show?
Yeah, they actually really like queens. They're like,
God.
Oh, that's my favorite drag queen. I love her dress. I'm like,
wow.
Imagine that in Latvia. I could never.
Wow, this is really interesting.
Yeah. Events that are organized by Barcelona City Council, so basically like Mayor of Riga, for example, would organize actually the whole queer event, whole day dedicated to this.
Yeah.
They basically rented a street and put a huge stage. And there was like queer, different kind of artists, like queer flamenco, Barcelona gay choir. They have Barcelona gay choir. Yes, they have.
We could never. Are they all dressed like a rainbow or something?
No, they're like actually like in suits. They're like 30 plus, like each of them. So they're quite. They're like not like minors or like in Latvia. queer community is super young.
Yeah.
Their people have been out for ages. So for me it was wow, because they have choreography and they sing a cappella and they have potpourri of different songs and they're amazing.
I can totally see, I don't know, like a choir singing some songs of Madonna or Lady Gaga. Just like imagine, like it would be so powerful. Like damn.
Seeing that makes you feel, especially it's normalized. That's the first thing, that you don't have to survive or fight for it. Then you see a huge support and nobody judges, nobody stays with posters, you know. So it's different, of course. I know there are different kind of issues in queer communities around the world. Also, I know that feminism movement is really active in Spain, and they have trans exclusive feminists who don't support transgender people like being women. So because they think that it's women rights, not like queer people rights. So they have really strong movements, like social ones. So because we haven't grown to this level, we
still like fight for the basics, like something.
I think in Riga we don't have, like, because I receive a lot of messages on Instagram. Hey, where can I find queer friends? I don't know, I don't have them. But
do tell me if you find some.
Tell me. Maybe a little stereotypical, but it's art places, like art exhibitions, art centers, art academy, museums and stuff, concerts, openly queer mic, NGO offices.
The what?
NGO, non-government organizations.
Oh, okay.
Who work with queer youngsters. Theater is really gay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I think I make my queer friends mostly from social medias, because I'm very active on social medias. I post a lot of stuff on TikTok, for example, and I get recognized a lot because our community is so small. And whenever I go out, people be like, yo, you're that guy from TikTok. Or they say this to me through Tinder or Grindr that I use.
Sometimes you just need to follow people and match, and we have algorithm on Instagram and TikTok that helps you to find people with similar interests. So
gay people united.
Yeah, gay people united.
Yeah, but about the places, we don't have that many in Riga. We have like queer friendly places, but then if we talk about places that are specifically like named as a gay club or gay bar, there's only one.
Have you been there?
Yeah, it's Top. Funny thing about Top Club is the name of it, because we have a lot of hungry bottoms and the only thing they need in their life is a top. So I think marketing wise it was really smart to name it like that.
Yeah. Once I will open a bar called Switch. And then,
Switch?
Yeah, Switch.
That's very inclusive. What can I say about Top Club that wasn't said by anyone else in Riga? Anyway. I mean, you will find gay people there, yes. Sometimes there are karaoke events, yes. Sometimes there are some kind of shows. But I wish the maybe audience or the people that do go there would be more diverse and not the same people that I met 10 years ago and I still see them there, because before it was a place called XXL and it was interesting. Whoever went to that place knows that it was much darker and it was more probably oriented for like sex days, because there's like a lot of dark rooms and like just specific rooms you can have sex.
Yeah.
So now it's getting more into a club era of that place, but it's still much too.
Yeah, about gay bars and gay clubs, that's the right word, because they're actually made for gay men. Because in this feminist movement, I have heard a lot that, for example, in Paris, there's a quarter for gay bars because lesbians don't earn a lot of money. It's connected with capitalism and patriarchy, because it's not effective and efficient to have lesbian bar, because women don't go out so much and don't earn so much as gay men, because still patriarchy and capitalism exists. So they're mostly occupied by gay men. You really rarely see lesbian bars or clubs. Men, they earn more, like even in Latvia, the pay gap still exists. It's still real.
It's absolutely.
And also, it's more effective for gay men. They more go to clubs actually and to bars.
Maybe it's also like historical thingy because like gay men were, you know, making all of these like drag shows maybe more, and then somehow, I don't know, looking for hookups, and then they needed a place to hang out together, and maybe lesbians are somehow having a bit different background, because if we do talk about stereotypes, somehow the society in every single country is much more positive about lesbians than it is about gay guys. There's like so many stereotypes and this sexual kind of visions of two women together. But then for gay guys, it's much more hate. It is much more hate. So maybe that's why they need like this kind of space to like, you know, stick together. And lesbians just like, I'm actually okay. I don't know. I'm just thinking now.
Usually it's called sexualizing of lesbian relationship, and just because I heard a lot of homophobes speaking that, hey, gay guys, they have to hide their like relationship, but for girls it's okay. Like I can watch, you know, girls kissing. Yeah, I even had these comments under my videos like, it's okay, I can watch, you know. Or there's this stereotype about like that couples on Tinder they think that third girl as a lesbian is okay. She's a lesbian, and they put only pictures of a woman in relationship.
Damn.
And don't mention that there's a guy behind somewhere. And also whole sexualization of a lesbian relationship. There was like one group, Tattoo, that earned a lot of money.
I just wanted to speak about them because you know this Yulia Volkova, which is with the black hair. Yeah. She had an interview. This bitch, I'm sorry, she's a bitch. Because they made their brand as if they're like lesbian couples, and they're not, okay? They're not lesbian. So first of all, they were, you know, hyping for something like gay guys are suffering, and then someone is just like hyping to be gay and like getting all of this reputation. And then this bitch has the audacity to say on the interview that it is fine. Like she was asked a question: if your daughter will say she's lesbian, is that okay? Is that okay? She said, yeah, because like, you know, we need to support like diversity and stuff. And then they say, if your son says he's gay, she says no. She says no because she said, you know what? Guys already have so many things in their life, so they need to be masculine and they need to be, as she said, mужики а не пидоры. Excuse me, Tattoo, I have lost all my respect towards them, and I will say that this is a complete bullshit, and whoever wants to argue with me, go ahead, but I hate this. This is disgusting.
Dads are afraid of their sons to be gay because for them, their son will lose their masculinity. Because masculinity is also depends on femininity. If you're a man, you take care of woman. If you're a man, you earn for a woman. If you're a man, you're more masculine than a woman. So when a guy is gay, he automatically loses his masculinity in a gender, like because gender is constructed thing and biological sex is not. So basically, we're talking about gender roles. There's also the stereotype that gay guys are more feminine, that they are more sensitive.
Are they? I don't think so. I don't think we're feminine. Sorry. I'm not helping with this. No, but honestly, I know so many gay guys that are much more masculine than the straights, and they're like, I know one guy, he's like so into cars, and he's like all the time like fixing something, and he's like doing everything in house, and he's like working like with the electricity stuff. Like he's so manly. Like if you would think about stereotypes of a man, he's like masculine and he's like doing sports. Like he's masculine and he's still gay. So hello,
still valid. I mean, there are feminine lesbians, masculine lesbians, STEM, but a lot of kind of different lesbians. There's like whole spectrum of lesbians, even not even like of sexuality or like, there's like from one book, I there's like from feminine to masculine, there's a whole spectrum.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
do we need that though? These labels and just more
I
stuff?
don't agree with labels. It's just funny. You know, it's like zodiacs. You like to read sometimes, but do we need them? Like, sorry, like you're still valid if you believe in zodiacs.
No. I'm sorry. it's all cute. It's all cute when it's like limited, you know. You're wearing this like cute necklace maybe because it's like your sign and that's it. But when you're becoming obsessed, and some friends know what I'm talking about. I mean, you do you, but I'm scared of these kind of people that are like obsessed with horoscope signs.
Really? I'm still guessing your zodiac.
I knew you would say that because I have a friend and she's like, she knows about this stuff and she's always laughing because she says, you are proving stereotype for your sign because they are known for being this skeptical about horoscopes and all of these things. And that's why this is more pressure on me. And this is why I don't say my sign, because then I knew that you were this and that because you're acting like one guy. Please don't.
Which month are you born?
No, we're not doing this.
No?
Please don't.
I'm a Taurus. We are loyal and stubborn and loyal and love food and sleep.
Who doesn't? That's anyway, okay.